Today is Friday, January 12th. We are coming hot off of the Benzinga 2024 kickoff. That's right. We had every zinger out there, about 190 of us on our company-wide, on our all hands, deciding how we are going to plant our flag in 2024. If that is interesting to you, if you'd like to hear how your Benzinga is going to look radically different a year from today, throw some questions in the chat. I'll shout them out. I can give you the big themes, but that is not why we are here. We are here for some hot stocks. I am your host, Hot Stocks Luke, and this is the Benzinga Powerball. First segment of the day is our lovely disaster of the day. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to use today's disaster of the Thank you. We're going to use today's disaster of the day to talk about an important financial news concept. If I know one thing, it is stock market news. I have been at Benzinga now for 11 years. I eat, sleep, breathe stock market news. I'm hanging out all day on the news feeds. There's an important concept called sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. What does that mean? Generally speaking, our asset prices increase when the rumor of something that is going to happen is coalescing. It's floating around the rumor mill. ETF. We bought the rumor. We saw the price of Bitcoin increase. The news is out. We are here today. We are in the sell the news phase. The price of Bitcoin decreases. So, lesson to the wise. And again, 11 years doing stock market news here at Benzinga. It's I eat, sleep, breathe stock market news. When there is a rumor of something transpiring, that is typically when you have the bulk of the run. If you're waiting on that news to come to fruition, that's typically the top. We saw it with Bitcoin here today. We saw the run up in the price into the ETF approval, and then we see the sell-off as the news became public.
Luke, is there ever a time where you see that actually the prices continue to move higher after this news event? Or is it usually always like this when there's an anticipated event, the event happens, and then there's a sell-off after?
Yeah. I'll give a couple examples. One is M&A, mergers and acquisitions, right? If we're waiting on a deal to happen, there's a rumor that a deal is going to happen. Oftentimes, we don't know the price of that deal, right? So that's a room where if there's a rumor, the stock price is increased. If you think that the deal is going to happen higher than what the market has baked in, you can see some continued upside. The other one I'll give is if the news item gives a nod to something very significant in the future. If we have the momentum, we have that nod to the future, we could continue to see the run.
Yeah, you see that a lot with the mergers and acquisitions. Like DocuSign, for example, this week has been rumored to be a takeout target, got an actual bid from somewhere, then you see the stock trading higher. So if that actually comes out to be the case, that it's for sure getting acquired, and it's for more than what's anticipated, you'll see that run. All right, Luke, we talked about our disaster of the day. Let's get into our wild winner.
Wild winner coming to us from maybe an unexpected place. I want to give a shout out to Groupon, ticker GRPN. That's Golf Romeo Papa November. Groupon, your favorite coupon site. It's a company that is near and dear to our hearts at Benzinga. Fun fact, our original venture capital investors in Benzinga were from the founders of Groupon. Wonderful guys, wonderful mentors for us. Groupon, it's a wild winner today, not only because the stock is up, but also a nod to consumer behavior. Groupon came out this morning and said they expect this quarter's revenue to be at or above the previously given guidance. We saw this quarter's EBITDA expected to be at or above the previously stated guidance. It's a good sign for us for consumers' discretionary spending. I see Jay Rice in the chat giving a shout out for uranium. Uranium was on the table. That was the runner up. I was going to go with uranium. I switched last minute over to Groupon.
What is Groupon up today?
Groupon is up about 9% today.
Really?
Yep. Q4 revenue.
I know one of the biggest.
Going to be high.
I'm going to call one of the biggest investors in Groupon.
All right.
So why is it up so much?
Groupon came out this morning and they said their revenue for this quarter, the holiday shopping quarter, is going to be above previously given guidance. EBITDA for this quarter is going to be above previously given guidance. Jason, Benzinga CEO, Chief Zinger, is getting the largest Groupon investor of the largest Groupon investors on the line with us. He's been in the stock for an extended period of time.
Yes.
And I'll say too, from personal anecdote, I've spent some time.
All right. So the biggest investor in Groupon, or the third biggest one I was not able to reach, he's on the golf course and does not have his phone. I thought I had it. He's been a long-term investor, one of the biggest. Eric Lukowski is one of the founders. We should call him, and Luke, one of your favorite stocks, Aritzia, kicking ass today. It's one of the few that I'm not in. I don't know why. Better than those stupid ass income notes that we bought from.
Well, check it out on the right there. We have our disaster of the day. We just announced our wild winner, and now it is time for our hot pick. You just teased it.
I teased it. Yeah, I teased it. I may have said too much. All right. Thanks for letting me barge in. Bye.
Disaster of the day. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Wild winner, GRPN. Yes, that's Groupon. Yes, it's a nod to consumer behavior. And our hot pick of the day, Aritzia, ticker ATZAF. Yes, it's an OTC issue. It trades in Canada as ATZ if you can buy Toronto Exchange listed stocks. If you're on the OTC market, ATZAF. That's Alpha Tango Zulu Alpha Foxtrot. If you're sitting out here in YouTube land, you might be wondering, what exactly is this Aritzia? It's a brand that I was not familiar with until about a year ago. But it does boast a nice $3.6 billion Canadian market cap. It is the hot new women's clothing brand, targeting millennials, targeting Gen Z. It's essentially trendy basics. We know I have at least two zingers here with us in the office wearing Aritzia apparel. This is Melanie. I don't know if Emily is going to come down and show off what exactly the Aritzia clothing looks like. But Mel, can you give us a line about what Aritzia means to you?
They're very high quality basics that are work appropriate. I could wear it to the office. It's good quality. I've had this sweater for like 2 years and it's still holding up well. So the quality for sure.
And for those of us who aren't familiar with basics, what exactly are basics?
Like neutral colors, your sweaters, your t-shirts, your long sleeves, jeans. But they also go into like business clothing. They're just very like versatile and high quality, like I said before.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel. Our hot pick of the day today is Aritzia. You know what it does. The hot new women's clothing brand, Gen Z, millennials. Let's break it down now. $3.6 billion market cap, $2.3 billion of revenue. So you're looking at a price to sales somewhere around 1.5. It gets better. All right. This week, all the stocks we've highlighted have been high growth stocks. Aritzia, no exception to that rule. In the most recent quarter, which Aritzia just reported last night, they announced 63% revenue growth on a year-over-year basis for the holiday spending period. Okay, we're talking 63% growth. It gets even better. The stock is trading at an 11 times EV to EBITDA ratio. Okay, 11 times EV to EBITDA, 63% growth. Your consumer discretionaries are trading at 15 times. So you've got a stock that's posting higher than average growth, trading below your average EV to EBITDA. It gets even better. We go to PE ratio. Aritzia is trading at 1.4 times price to earnings, another valuation metric we like. It's a little bit less precise than EV to EBITDA, but it's still one we like to reference. Okay, Aritzia trading at 1.4 times price to earnings. S&P 500 average, 24. You have the growth story. You have the valuation. I've been in Aritzia for some time now. I don't think it's too late.
I've got another hot pick I'd like to share with you today, Luke.
All right.
Slightly different sector. Actually, completely different sector. Completely different arena. Different ball game. Are you ready?
I'm ready. We got 2 picks today?
2 picks. Lions -3. That's my hot pick of the day. Sunday night, the Detroit Lions will take on the Los Angeles Rams in the city's first playoff game since 1991. not too late to hop on board the Lions bandwagon. You can do it with a -3 on your local sportsbook, FanDuel, DraftKings, etc. Reminder, this is not financial advice, but I am taking it. So if you want to join me, Lions -3.
It's not financial advice, but it is a hot pick. It is a gambling lock.
Lock. Emphasis on the lock. Again, not financial advice, but that's a lock.
If you are a member of Zinger Nation, which all of you are by proxy a Lions fan. We will be there cheering on the team. You at home, cheer us on. The Lions have not won a playoff game in my lifetime. I'm 30 years old. I have no playoff wins in my lifetime.
I do want to go back to your hot pick of the day, Luke. And I remember, I think I asked Riley, Jason's daughter, about Aritzia and stuff. And I was in this stock as well. I'm not anymore. If I were in this stock, I'd be selling this rip. And I'll tell you why. The growth numbers look good. The valuation numbers look good. And I hear you there. I'd be worried that this thing's kind of on its way down of being like the coolest, hottest brand among young women right now. And again, you said the sales numbers were better this year than last year. So maybe I'm completely wrong on that. But my gut feeling right now is I've been hearing my friends talk less and less about Aritzia over the last year or so compared to where we were at a year and a half, 2 years ago. But maybe we'll have to keep track of this one because I'll take the bear view. You take the bull view.
All right. AB, I will challenge you then. I will buy $27 calls.
Okay.
3 months out.
I don't want to sell them.
And then you have to buy the $20 calls 3 months out.
$20 puts, you mean?
Sorry, the $20 puts. $3 swing each way.
Let me look how much they are before I agree to this.
The deal is done.
The deal's done. All right, fine.
All right. Last but not least, we have our disaster of the day. Buy the rumor, sell the news. We have our wild winner, Groupon, and not a consumer discretionary. We have our hot pick, Aritzia. And last but not least, to round out our variety show, workout of the day. We spent the last 2 days talking about back, and that if you want to build a big upper body, I promise you it's not chest, it's your back. Yep, that's what's going to do it. Today, we're pivoting to legs with the RDL. What you're going to do for the RDL is you're going to target your hamstring. Okay, it's one where form is very important. You're going to have a flat back. You're going to hold a weight with your arms. You're going to bend forward, and then you're going to clench your hamstrings and use that hamstring to pull your body back up. I'm going to walk around to the front to do a little demonstration. AB, will you talk them through the demo, please?
Yeah. All right. So again, this is one, you really want to feel it in your hammies. So what can be helpful is to kind of flex and stretch your hammies before you can really feel those muscles get activated before you start using them. And like Luke said, you're using your hands. You're going to want to have a straight back. You're going to go down with the weight. And again, maintain that straight back. You should be feeling it in your hammies at this point. And then you're going to come back up. A very simple movement. If you feel like you're doing too much, you're probably doing something wrong. Think about, those little things on a desk that would poke into the water, a little bird. Dustin, what are those called? The little toys, like a bird that would go poke into the water and come back and forth. That's what you want to be like. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, you saw what, I don't know what it is, but you saw what Luke was doing. You want to just go straight down, back up with a straight back. You should feel it in your hammies.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. If you want to develop a sizable upper body, back is how you do it. If you want thick thighs, hamstrings are critical. Hamstrings are king. Again, you have the weight in your hands. You're going to keep your back as straight as possible. Don't go to a weight where you compromise rounding your back, and you're going to pull yourself up with those hamstrings. And with that, I bid you all a wonderful weekend. Go Lions. This is the Benzinga Powerball.